This invisible gas could shut down the global tech industry within weeks. No PlayStation, no smartphones, no AI. And the scariest part, it's not science fiction. When you play a game on your console, scroll on your phone, or use artificial intelligence to get work done, you probably never think about what makes all of this possible. Because behind every device you use, there's something invisible, something you can't see, smell, or even notice. That thing is helium. Yes, the same gas used in balloons, but helium is not just for entertainment. It is one of the most critical elements in modern technology. And right now, the world faces real risks of helium supply shortages that could impact entire industries. Helium is essential for producing semiconductors, the tiny chips that power nearly every electronic device. Without these chips, modern technology cannot function at scale. The reason helium is so important comes down to its unique properties. First, cooling. Advanced chip manufacturing machines, especially EUV lithography systems produced by ASML, generate extreme heat. Helium is widely used in these environments due to its superior thermal conductivity and inert nature, allowing efficient cooling without contamination. Second, thermal stability. In semiconductor fabrication, even the smallest temperature fluctuation can damage entire batches of chips. Helium helps maintain highly stable thermal conditions during these sensitive processes. Third, leak detection. Helium atoms are extremely small, allowing them to pass through microscopic openings that other gases cannot. This makes helium ideal for testing vacuum systems and ensuring airtight environments. Fourth, carrier gas functionality. Helium is used to safely transport reactive chemicals during chip manufacturing without interacting with them. In simple terms, helium is what keeps the entire process stable and precise. Without helium, advanced semiconductor production would be severely impacted. And this is where the situation starts to escalate. We upload deep dives like this every few days. If that sounds interesting, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Helium is not something we can easily manufacture. It is extracted as a byproduct of natural gas production, which makes global supply limited and dependent on a small number of countries. The United States is the largest producer, but it consumes most of its domestic supply. Qatar is one of the most important global suppliers, contributing a significant share of global helium production. This creates a structural vulnerability in the supply chain. Any geopolitical tension, production disruption, or transportation issue, especially in critical routes like the Strait of Hormuz, could significantly affect global helium availability. And when supply drops, the impact spreads quickly. Helium is extremely difficult to store and transport. It must be cooled to very low temperatures to remain in liquid form and requires specialized containers that are expensive and limited. Over time, helium gradually escapes, making long-term storage inefficient. This means the world cannot rely heavily on stockpiles. The effects of any shortage are especially serious in countries like South Korea, a global hub for semiconductor manufacturing. Companies like Samsung and SK Hynix produce memory chips, while companies like TSMC manufacture advanced logic chips used in processors. These industries depend on a stable helium supply, and most of them operate using just-in-time systems, meaning they only maintain limited inventory. If helium supply is disrupted, production efficiency declines. And once production slows, the effects cascade across industries. Smartphones may become more expensive. AI infrastructure expansion could slow down. Automotive production, especially electric vehicles, may face delays. Even healthcare systems can be affected, as MRI machines rely on helium to cool superconducting magnets. This is not just a supply issue, it's a chain reaction. If memory chip production slows, logic chip manufacturing is affected. If chip supply tightens, companies like NVIDIA face constraints. And if that happens, major tech companies like Google, Microsoft, and Amazon may struggle to scale their AI systems. Everything is connected, and all of it depends, in part, on helium. Some may ask, why not replace it? The reality is that there is currently no scalable and practical alternative that matches helium's unique properties. While other countries produce helium, global capacity is limited. New production projects may help in the future, and recycling technologies are improving, but scaling these solutions globally will take time. In the short term, the system remains fragile. What makes this situation critical is not the cost of helium, it's its availability. Because when a critical input becomes unavailable, industries don't just become more expensive, they slow down or even stop. The modern world is built on highly optimized, interconnected systems, and sometimes all it takes to disrupt them is something incredibly small: a colorless, odorless gas, helium, a trillion-dollar industry, dependent on something you can't even see. So the real question is, how fragile is the world we've built? If you found this breakdown useful, subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden forces shaping global technology and power.